Coming up on Mountain News this morning, today we celebrate National Voter Registration Day as the November election quickly approaches. And 2 art centers are joining forces to put together a performance for the ages and show off local talent.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on September 19th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, it's another foggy start to the morning. I know when I was driving in, it was hard to see at times.
Exactly. So I appreciate you being here. I know you had a quick turnaround and you've been up for a long time, but I'm glad I'm not doing both of our jobs.
I know. Hey, I like to hang out with you in the morning.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we're going to try to get you through this newscast. We're going to try to get everybody else through this newscast as well. Let's take a look at, you're right, it's very foggy out there this morning. Let's take a look at our camera network and you can see hazards pretty rough. You can see it from Buffalo Mountain, but other parts of the region not as bad. Plane on the runway at the London Corbin Airport, Jenkins and Moorhead, not terrible, but a little patchy fog. A little bit more there in Pineville, but not unbearable yet. Temperatures back into the 40s there in Clintwood, Wise, and Jonesville there. So a chilly morning once again. 50s pretty much everywhere else. 50 exactly in Williamsburg. So we'll see if they drop into the 40s here in the next little bit. But low to mid 50s basically the theme this morning. So you'll need a little extra as you head out the door in your coffee meter. And of course your out the door forecast features another gorgeous day. Now after today, even though we'll still have some sunshine in the mix, this is our last kind of average temperature day that we'll see for a little bit. Then we're heading back into some summer-like temperatures toward the end of the week as we get ready to wrap up the season. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. A Southeast Kentucky man was killed after he was stung by a swarm of bees. The man's name was not released, but the Harlan County Coroner's Office confirmed he was pronounced dead yesterday at Harlan ARH. The bee attack happened while the man was trying to move an old bag of potting soil from his porch. CPR was given, but officials say those attempts failed. Today is National Voter Registration Day, and Election Day is under 2 months away. Kentucky is just one of 3 states in the country where the governor's role is up for grabs. Experts say the competitive nature of the governor's race may help draw voters to the polls.
I do think that may be helping to bolster turnout with voters on both sides, expecting that this could be a competitive election. And as a result of that, that could increase voter turnout.
You can register to vote today by visiting the State Board of Elections websites and clicking the voter tab. The state Supreme Court will soon hear a case on controversial redistricting maps. Advocates believe 2 maps approved by state Republicans last year violate the state constitution. The congressional map puts Frankfort in the same district as far western Fulton County. Democrats accuse the GOP of gerrymandering. Republicans maintain they followed the law. Oral arguments in the case are set for 1 p.m. this afternoon. Owners say the Got Donuts food truck you may see at festivals serves a purpose beyond selling food. The food truck has been selling mini donut baskets for a decade at various festivals in the region. They started the business to financially help their son who is battling a kidney disease. Owner Peggy Anderson says customers are helping pray for him.
Things travel, and God travels in that way. Because I know that these people that come and they ask, and I know that they don't know his name, so it's been really good.
The Andersons say their son came up with the idea of the trailer, and it has grown in popularity ever since. A theater partnership in the Big Sandy is bringing big talent to the stage for a musical with big hair and even bigger sounds. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the cross-county collaboration.
Rock of Ages is ready for 2 stages.
It's a huge community show. We've got kids from all over, all different schools, counties. We're really trying to bring a lot of people together on this one.
The Mountain Arts Center is partnering with the Appalachian Center for the Arts, bringing area high school and college students into the production.
Part of the show is, before they were born, but they're having fun learning this and getting to know each other.
The show, a teen take on the heavy metal musical, is set to shine on the Mac stage in Prestonsburg as well as the App stage in Pikeville.
It's just something they can put on their resume of all the great arts and entertainment industry we have in Eastern Kentucky.
Expanding the reach of both centers, sharing a mission to educate and entertain.
Training and education for the professional world and pre-professional world is a really big thing about what we do here at the App.
Allowing the students to connect with more theater-minded peers.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You know, you get to see somebody take something and be like, oh, I like this, and then have fun with it.
Spotlighting their talents in 2 different locations.
That they are able to take the reins, do their thing, and I just get to cheer them on and guide them in a different way if it needs to be.
Blurring the county lines with the crossover and the generational lines with the content.
It is something unique, but it's something that would even furthering the arts for the area.
Hoping the community will line up to see the work on display. Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The MAC shows run from September 28th until September 30th. The show hits the App October 5th through the 7th. You can get tickets to the show at either location at their respective website. The docu-series titled Wrestlers, featuring a Kentucky-based wrestling company that's down on the mat but not down for the count, is out now on Netflix. It focuses on up-and-comers in Ohio Valley Wrestling and the new owners who are trying to save it from a financial DDT. Garrett Weimer and photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw talk with OVW co-owner Matt Jones on how this show gives the audience a beyond-the-ropes view of the American dream.
Welcome back. It is Kentucky Sports Radio, final segment here on KSR.
Kentucky Sports Radio host Matt Jones is stepping outside the white lines of football and basketball.
Tennessee dismissed a player today. Did you see that?
And inside the squared circle.
A lot of these wrestling people are like, these stupid owners, the phrase I guess they use is money marks.
To use a wrestling moniker, Jones is the Kentucky Sports Radio mouth of the South. He's okay with that term, and he's also co-owner of Ohio Valley Wrestling. Now Netflix is going beyond the ring in a 7-episode docuseries to show how his small 30-year-old Kentucky wrestling company can keep financially afloat and not become pinned down.
We're trying to make a small company into a company that is profitable and gets larger.
One of the conflicts in the show comes between the new owners and former wrestler Al Snow, the OVW head trainer.
And he is so obsessed with the art, understandably, that he's like, don't screw up this art with your attempts to make money. And I think that's really a conflict that I think happens in a lot of areas.
Jones says even if you don't like to watch the body slams, there's something in this show for you.
It's a human story about people trying to live their dreams, and I think that's what is really appealing to people all across the world.
And with every wrestling TV show, there's a villain, but this time it's the owner.
So I definitely think the viewer will see me as a bad guy, but then over the course of the show, you start to see my perspective a little bit, and then by the end, I don't think hopefully people see me as much of that, but at the beginning, most certainly.
Wrestlers hopes to capture your heart and suplex the Netflix competition. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, everyone dreams of going to space, but some of us make it a reality despite life's obstacles. Stay with us as we take a closer look at an astronaut who was rejected 11 times before joining NASA.
High pressure is in control of our weather pattern for the next several days. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.